Hello and welcome to this new demo of Business Analyst for the health industry. Business Analyst is one of the most powerful tools we have for supporting hospitals and health-related services organizations. Basically, Business Analyst is the combination of a vast amount of socioeconomic and behavioral variables with the analytical power of ArcGIS. Today, I will show you some of the great capabilities you will have access using BA. In this scenario, a hospital has noticed an increase in the demand of geriatric services. Based on this observation, they will like to examine whether it would be strategic to extend their network with a new clinic focused on the need of older adults. At the same time, they want to ensure that they are serving a real unmet need and not simply adding to the competitive landscape. So it will be meaningful to understand the distribution of older adults that are under Medicare in the community. Mapping this kind of information is really simple in BA. I just need to go ahead to create maps, select color code maps, and then I can access many datasets with relevant information related to population, income, age, health-related information, and even consumer spending and behavioral datasets. Let's go ahead and start with age. I will go ahead here and create my own variable. First, I will select my specific age range. Here, I will set 65 years to only focus on those people that are over 65 years. Then, I can decide which dataset I want to use. I can use the Census Bureau 2010 information, or I can use the projections made by Esri for 2019 or 2024. I will start with the 2019 dataset. Finally, I will select the option for both genders, save my variable, and in less than 30 seconds, I will have my information mapped. What you're seeing here is the specific target, people over 65 years per census tract. The reddish the census tract, the higher the number of people over 65 years. I can change this distribution, and instead of looking at the raw number, I can see the rate of people in terms of the population. So the reddish the census tract now, the higher the rates of people over 65 years in terms of the total population. Now, I will add a new variable, and in this case, I can use the search option. So let's look for Medicare, and we can use this option, this variable, have Medicare. So let's select the new variable, and you will see how Business Analyst will combine these two variables in a new kind of symbology. Let me go ahead and move a little bit this map so you can appreciate better the information. Here what you are seeing is circles. The bigger the circle, the higher the number of people that are under Medicare. The darker the circle, the higher the concentration or the higher the rates of people over 65 years. We can see how these two pockets in forward and also here in the northeast side of the map are covered by our current offices. However, there are other pockets like Colleyville, Arlington, and Duncanville that could be potential places to open a new office. And here is where the power of business analysts come in place. I really can start isolating these three new pockets to evaluate which of these places is the best one to open a new office. To do that, I can go ahead here and select a new functionality called a Smart Map Search. Here, I just need to go ahead and select my variables, which by the way, now are part of my favorite variables. Here I will select people over 65 years, then the variable have Medicare, and finally, I will access my electronic health record system to select the number of patients. So in this way, I will evaluate if I have some market penetration in this area. Once I select my variables, I just need to click apply, and here's where the magic starts. Because what I can do is filter this information to see only those census tracts that have more than 20% of people in this age range. The same thing with people that are under Medicare. I just want to see those census tracts with more than 20% of people under Medicare. Finally, I just want to see those census tracts with less than 20 patients per census tract. So you can see how easy it is to filter the information. What you are seeing now is only those census tracts that are fulfilling my conditions. So now I can hand off these potential row locations to my market development team or real estate team so they can start looking for available spaces to lease or purchase to extend our network. After they have finished with this research, they come back to me with three new potential sites. Let me turn on these sites, and you can see them now in red. So, as you know, investing in a new clinic is an expensive proposition. I want to make sure I have the best chance for success while minimizing financial risk. So I am going to compare the potential of each of these three locations by first creating a service area polygon around each one. So I just need to go ahead here, set up a layer, and here you can see that I can create these service areas using driving time. I will set the time with 10 minutes, and very quickly, using the street network data in ArcGIS, the suitability analysis workflow starts. This workflow will help me to evaluate which one of these sites is the most suitable for our purposes. So I just need to go ahead and select the variables for the analysis. Again, very quickly, I will select our favorite variables. In this case, people over 65 years that have Medicare. And then I will access to my electronic health record system to select the number of patients. But now I also want to consider the number of competitors within each these service areas. So I can select this number of competitors. If I click apply, you will see how the software is mixing each of these variables and creating a new index. But before we go deeper in this analysis, I would like to share with you how you can aggregate data related to competitors in Business Analyst. It is really simple. I just need to go ahead here to create maps, business and facility search, and then if I go to more options, you can see that I can create a NAICS-based code search. For those of you that are not familiar with the NAICS code system, Next stand for the North American Industry Classification System. If I go ahead here to Healthcare and Social Assistance, I just need to copy this code for ambulatory healthcare services, and I can perform a search for all those businesses that belongs to this category. If I click Go, the software will pull all those businesses. Moreover, I can filter this information to only show those businesses that have more than 20 employees. So I can see only those that are big competitors. Using this information, I can create my aggregated variables. That is the variable that you are seeing here in the suitability analysis. So let me close this window here, and you can see how now I have the aggregated number of competitors. Now, the suitability analysis is a really powerful tool. I not only can combine these indexes or these variables, but I can change the weighting for each of those. So let me basically go ahead here and change the first variable. For example, people over 65 years is a really important variable for me, so I will set this as 35% of the total weighting. I can log this variable, so even though I change the other ones, this will be fixed. Then I will go ahead here and I will set have Medicare as 20%. And finally, the number of competitors is also really important for me. So I will set this as 35% of importance. However, this is an inverse relationship because the higher the number of competitors, the less suitable is that place for a new office from our hospitals. So I will select that relationship as inverse. And now you can see how the service area in Colleyville is the one with the best final score. That means that is the most suitable place to open a new hospital and extend our network. So finally, once we have a result, we are ready to act. Not only can we decide what is the best place to open our new clinic, but also we can develop a deeper understanding of the population characteristics in the area. I can go ahead here to Colleyville and start generating an infographic. So let me select the infographic. You can see how quickly now I have access to this amazing report that is showing me really relevant information. I can go ahead here, change the template, and now I will have access to something that we call tapestry segmentation. Basically, this is a system that identified 68 distinctive markets in the US based on socioeconomic and demographic characteristics. This will provide us an accurate and comprehensive profile for our customers. As you can see here, one of the biggest segments is called the comfortable empty nesters. So I can select this segmentation, see some of the demographic characteristics for this specific segment, and even generate a report that will give me more intel to understand the population in this service area. I can see, for example, that this specific segment really value their health and financial well-being. I can see also demographic information for this segmentation, but most importantly, I can understand what activities they enjoy doing and what venues they like to attend. This information is critical when it comes to develop a strategy or create a marketing campaign to reach this specific segment. So as you can see, business analyst allows you to access key information to see what others can't and to map your way to success. Thank you very much.